If you have listened to any of my other videos, you will know that I am pretty passionate about values and strong organisational cultures. Your company culture defines the environment of how everyone turns up to work. A great culture generally reduces turnover and improves employee satisfaction. So how do you create values that drives organisational culture? You may be familiar with BP's 2010 Deepwater Horizon spill. At the time, BP's stated value was safety, and yet endemic across the company's management, the employees and contractors was poor safety practices. They engaged in a series of shortcuts that compromised safety and ultimately led to 11 lives lost, as well as 50 million barrels of oil spilt. There is often a big gap between what we say is important and what we do, and what we are held accountable to. And it's this gap between creating your values and making them meaningful, which is often the reason why values don't meaningfully drive your culture. Once you have a set of values, whether they are a single word or a statement, you'll want to define appropriate behaviours for that value. For example, if ever you wanted to research companies that live their values, check out Zappos. One of their values is deliver wow through service, and this underpins exceptional customer service, which actually sees 79% of people repurchase through them. Here are some of the behavioural examples that highlight whether that value is being lived by their team. Helps even when it isn't their job. Wows everyone, everywhere. Actually makes me say, wow. Words on a wall are meaningless. You'll want to ensure that there is enough meat on your values that you and your team know how to live them. If you have team members, I would highly encourage you to engage them in the process of defining behaviours that underpin the value. The reason for this is Leadership 101. Make the team part of the process and they will be part of the ongoing delivery of those behaviours. So take your team out, get some post-it notes and think about how you'll all collectively live those values and be held accountable to the values. Once you've created your values and the behaviours, how do you embed them in your organisational culture? Well, it is a process and it's an ongoing process. I worked with a client to create a new set of values and behaviours, and part of the program that I developed was a strategic process with key performance measures for team managers to find and call out team members who were living the values. We created monthly and quarterly awards to embed the newly established values into the culture of the organisation. The result? Well, they actually had staff turnover, which might shock you, but this was a great thing. Those team members weren't happy in the organisation and they didn't actually like living those new values. They found organisations that did actually fit what was important to them better. For the team that was left, great productivity, longevity of stay, and more proactively working and greater satisfaction. As part of your performance management, refer back to the values always. Ensure you regularly check in and give your team members feedback on whether they are contributing to or degrading the living of the values and therefore the culture. Hold them accountable when they are not, and reward when they are. I recommend regularly checking whether your values are driving behaviours aligned with your vision and objectives of your business. If not, it's actually okay to make adjustments to the values or to the behaviours or even to the objective. Just don't keep doing the same thing if you're not getting the results that you hoped for. So that wraps up how to make your values meaningful. Please be sure to check out the other videos I have on values and culture, And be sure to subscribe so that you're notified when the next video is out.